This is our story.
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 This is a story.
This is our story.
This is our story.
This is our story.
This is our story.
Though it's our story, it's not only our story. It is our conviction as a church that whatever God is going to do in the world, He will do it through all of Christ's people. It's not about the chapel or any building with our name on it. It is about the mission of God in the world, which means it requires more than just the chapel to do it. We can't do it on our own, and we shouldn't try.
What God wants is for His whole church to bring the whole gospel to the whole world. That is why this 5-year vision prioritized gospel partnership. This wasn't a new initiative, but it was a continuation of a deep conviction. With all that we believed God was asking us to do and expand, it would have made mathematical sense to limit the dollars going out to focus on what was happening in-house. But that's not what God was asking us to do. We believe that God was asking us to continue and even increase our gospel and kingdom partnerships while still trusting that He would provide for everything else.
Prior to 2007, the chapel had never planted another local church in Western New York. For the first 46 years of our church's existence, there had not been a church plant born out of our ministry. But on Easter Sunday of 2007, the chapel at Elmwood was planted. This represented a turning point in our church's history. Since 2007, there have been over 40 local churches that have been planted in our region. That equates to one church plant for every 30,000 people in the Buffalo-Niagara region.
In 2016, we helped to launch CPI, the Church Planting Initiative, which brought many different local churches to the table in order to bring a unified, intentional effort to church planting. Many of those 40 churches have come out of CPI. This means that our two-pronged approach to gospel saturation, new church plants, and chapel campuses is currently at about a 10-to-1 ratio. Our mission drives us to this because it's not about the chapel giving every man, woman, and child those repeated opportunities, but rather to ensure that this does happen. So these church plants don't all look the same and don't just look like us. They don't all sound the same. Some of them speak different languages and have a different expression of worship, but all are committed to the one true gospel of Jesus Christ. But this is also our story because God has raised up many people in our local church to be sent out on mission. Individuals who were once in our ministry or even on our staff have gone out to become church planters, ministry leaders, and missionaries. The family of the chapel is big, and our story extends well beyond our ministry domain.
The beauty of God's plan is that it requires more than one congregation, more than one ministry, more than a single denomination. By ourselves, we can see many good things happen for the kingdom, but we would never see the fullness of what God wants to bring about if we act in isolation. The primary way we get after gospel partnership is through what we call Kingdom Come. This is not so much a separate ministry arm as it is an ever-present heartbeat for the mission of God. Kingdom Come isn't an outsourcing of mission responsibility. It's actually a strategic partnership that extends the gospel impact beyond the reach of our single congregation. This year, we have over 65 Kingdom Come ministry partners that quite literally span the nation and the globe.
These partnerships are involved in so many different efforts, whether that's providing clean water, a safe school, quality medical care, protection for the most vulnerable, whether that's taking the gospel to unreached people groups, training pastors, or starting new church expressions. The aim of our partnerships remains committed to every man, woman, and child having repeated opportunities to hear and see the gospel of Jesus Christ. It takes all of us, and it always will. We can always do more together than we ever could on our own, and that is exactly how God designed it. That is why this is their story and our story.